In the heart of the Vijayanagara Empire, a rich tapestry of social life unfolded, painted with insights from foreign visitors and the diligent excavations of modern researchers. Here, the Hindu caste system held sway, rigorously upheld, with each caste overseen by a council of elders representing the community. These elders wielded authority by establishing and enforcing rules, often with the backing of royal decrees. Within this caste structure, a stark reality persisted: untouchability, where leaders, known as Kavadadavaru, represented these marginalized communities. Meanwhile, Muslim communities had their own representation, particularly in coastal Karnataka. Yet, this caste system didn't thwart distinguished individuals from all castes from ascending to high-ranking positions in the military and administration. In civil life, Brahmins occupied a position of high esteem. Most Brahmins, except a few who embraced military careers, focused on matters of religion and literature. Their detachment from material wealth and power made them natural mediators in local judicial matters. Their presence, dispersed across towns and villages, was a strategic investment made by the nobility and aristocracy to maintain social order. Surprisingly, social mobility wasn't confined to caste. Low-caste scholars, like Mola and Kanakadasa, and their literary works, including those of Vemana and Savana, showcased a society that exhibited remarkable fluidity. The practice of sati, where widows immolated themselves on their husband's funeral pyre, though voluntary, was prevalent, particularly among the upper classes. Over 50 inscriptions, known as satikal or sati hero stones, have been unearthed in the Vijayanagara Principality alone. These commemorated the sacrifice of women who chose to enter the fire after their husband's demise, elevating them to the status of demi-goddesses. Socio-religious movements, such as Linguicism, paved the way for more flexible social norms for women. South Indian women, by that time, had transcended numerous barriers, actively participating in roles traditionally reserved for men, including administration, commerce, and fine arts. The court of the Nayaks of Tanjore notably patronized several women poets. The Devadasi system existed, alongside legalized prostitution, confined to specific streets in each city. Meanwhile, harems flourished among the royalty. Religion in the Vijayanagara Empire. Religion thrived in the Vijayanagara Empire, a bastion built to protect Hindu Dharma from external threats. Yet, the Vijayanagara kings embraced a stance of tolerance towards all religions and sects, as attested by the writings of foreign travelers. They bore titles like Gobrahmana Pratipalanacharya, protector of cows, and Hinduriyasuritrana, upholder of Hindu faith, demonstrating their commitment to safeguarding Hinduism. While the founders, Hahoran I and Bukharaya I, were devout Shaivans, they extended grants to the Vaishnava order of Sringeri, with Vidyanya as their patron saint. The later Saluva and Tuluva kings endorsed the Vaishnava faith while revering Lord Virupaksha, Shiva, at Hampi, and Lord Venkateshwara, Vishnu, at Tirupati. During this era, the Bhakti movement flourished, introducing us to celebrated Haridasas, devotee saints. These saints were divided into two groups: the Vyasakuta, required for proficiency in Vedas, Upanishads, and other darshanas, and the Dasakuta, tasked with conveying Madhvakarya's message in Kannada through devotional songs. The defeat of the Jain Western Ganga dynasty by the Cholas in the 11th century, coupled with the rise of Vaishnava Hinduism and Virashaivism in the 12th century, marked a decline in Jainism. However, notable Jain worship sites remained at Shravanabelagola and Kambadahalli. Islamic contact with South India began as early as the 7th century through trade with Arab lands. Muslim settlers married local women, giving rise to the Mappila community, deeply involved in horse trading and maritime activities. The interactions between the Vijayanagara Empire and the Bahmani Sultanates to the north fostered the growth of Muslims in the south. Christianity's roots in South India can be traced back to the 8th century, marked by copper plates inscribed with land grants to Malabar Christians. Portuguese arrivals in the 15th century, led by Saint Xavier, further catalyzed its growth. In this diverse and vibrant empire, religion served as both a cornerstone of identity and a bridge connecting diverse communities, laying the foundation for a rich tapestry of beliefs and practices that continue to resonate in modern times. In the history of the Vijayanagara Empire, poets, scholars, and philosophers danced with words, creating a literary landscape that spanned across languages like Sanskrit, Kannada, Telugu, and Tamil. Their quills inked tales of religion, biography, fiction, music, grammar, poetry, and medicine. Sanskrit was the canvas for many, often producing commentaries on the Vedas, Ramayana, and Mahabharata. Jnana and Vidyanya, eminent figures, sang praises of the Advaita philosophy, while Dvaita saints like J. Arthur engaged in polemical writings. Sanskrit scholars adorned the courts of Vijayanagara kings, who were themselves literati. King Krishna, a poet in his own right, composed the poetic masterpiece Jambavati Kalyana. Kannada poets and scholars championed the Vaishnava Bhakti movement. The Haridasas, devotees of Vishnu, celebrated their devotion through lyrical poems known as Devaranama. Purandaradasa and Kanakadasa shone as prominent contributors. Kumara Vyasa transitioned Kannada literature from old to modern Kannada with Gadujina Bharata. Chamarasa engaged in famous debates in the court of Devaraya II, writing the Prabhulinga Lyle. Telugu literature reached its pinnacle under Krishna Devaraya's patronage. The 8 renowned scholars, known as the Astadigajas, adorned his court. Alasani Pedana, titled the Anrakavitapitamaha or father of Telugu poetry, was among them. Tenali Ramakrishna, Krishna Devaraya's jester, authored several acclaimed works. Srinatha, considered the greatest Telugu poet of legend, graced this era. Tamil literature, though largely from Tamil-speaking regions, also found patrons among the Vijayanagara kings. Svarapananda Tesaka and Tatavaraya delved into the Advaita philosophy, while Krishnadevaraya patronized the Tamil Vaishnava poet Haridasa. In the realm of secular literature, works like Vidyanya's Sangizara, Pradaraya's Rataratnapradipika, Jnana's Ayurveda Sudani, and Lakshmana Pandita's Vaidyajavalabham shone in music and medicine. Vijayanagara architecture was a splendid amalgamation of the Chalukya, Hoysala, Pandya, and Chola styles. Its legacy of sculpture, architecture, and painting influenced the arts long after its decline. This architectural marvel thrived in southern India, and its hallmark was ornate structures like the Kalyanamantapa, marriage hall, Vasanthamantapa, open-pillared halls, and the Rayagopura, tower. Artisans carved these masterpieces from the sturdy granite available locally, chosen for its durability due to the constant threat of invasion. While the empire's architectural wonders spanned across southern India, the UNESCO World Heritage Site at Vijayanagara, its capital, held the most spectacular. The kings adopted Vasara or Deccan-style architecture in the 14th century, later incorporating Dravida-style gopurams to meet their ritualistic needs. Notable examples include the Prasanna Virupaksha Temple and the Hazari Rama Temple. Large monoliths like the Sasivkalu Ganesha and Kedalakalu Ganesha, Gomechwara statues, and the Nandi bull showcase the Vijayanagara style. Islamic influence is also evident in the secular structures, reflecting the cosmopolitan nature of the city. Arches, domes, and vaults display these influences, with pavilions, stables, and towers possibly used by royalty. This exchange of architectural ideas likely occurred during periods of peace between Hindu and Muslim kingdoms. In the realm of language, the Vijayanagara Empire was a melting pot of Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, and Sanskrit. Over 7,000 inscriptions, including 300 copper plates, have been discovered, offering a glimpse into this linguistic diversity. Bilingual inscriptions, once popular, dwindled by the 14th century. The empire minted coins in Hampi, Penugonda, and Tirupati, with Nagari, Kannada, and Telugu inscriptions bearing the ruler's name. The coins featured various gods, goddesses, divine couples, animals, and birds, showcasing intricate artistry. The earliest coins bore the images of Hanuman and the divine eagle, Garuda. This linguistic mosaic, documented in inscriptions, paints a vivid picture of the empire's multiculturalism and the harmonious coexistence of different languages and cultures.